Dr. K can attribute or can attest to the fact that the first week of summer school is like the first week of school. It's very chaotic. You've got a lot of kids getting on buses that aren't supposed to be on that bus. Middle schoolers and think that the bus that took them during the regular school is their same bus. It's not. So we had very little of that this year, and we kind of attribute that or gauge that by the time that they get to the school and the time that they are released from the school. And in years past, we would have 45 minutes where we're waiting in school to get these kids loaded on buses. And that's just trying to make sure that everyone is on the right bus, and that's a long time. And this past year, I think we were done in 15 minutes the first day.
Great.
Hallelujah. But anyway, new business. We have 3 new buses just delivered by Midwest Transit. They are the company that got the bid. We got those buses, and tomorrow they're delivering the 3 small early childhood buses that are specifically for early childhood. Any questions?
When it comes to the behavior, is there a particular behavior type that you're seeing for the write-ups?
No. I would say there's nothing that really stands out. I mean, a lot of behaviors for the younger students revolve around, like, they want to horseplay in their seat. Middle schoolers want to jump seats. They want to go back and forth to hang out with different friends in different seats. So they'll move when the bus is moving, and they'll walk up and down the aisle. And those we saw a lot more of, but I wouldn't say that it was large enough to say that was the contributing factor.
Okay.
But ultimately, the students are in charge of their own behavior, and we go over bus expectations. And unfortunately, again, I can't seem to pinpoint why we had such a large increase, other than some of those factors I mentioned earlier.
Now, are you the one that's working with the parent when that behavior comes up, or is it the building?
So both. Oftentimes it's the building contacting the parent, but sometimes parents will contact me directly, and I'll work with that parent. Sometimes it's a simple request like, hey, can you move my son or daughter to another seat because they came home and they've got scratches all over their face and something like that. And so we do honor requests like that as much as we can.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you have a bus full of elementary students and they all live in the same neighborhood, it's very difficult to incorporate those neighborhood beefs with on the school, riding home, just trying to get them home, and then trying to accommodate parents who say, well, they can't sit with them. Well, then the next week they can't sit with this kid because they have problems with them. And sometimes that can get a little bit much, but we're able to work with most of them.
Okay. That's all I got.
Questions?
Thank you so much.
Thanks. None for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Next up is our assessment program.
Yep. So we have Gina Dildine, one of our curriculum coordinators here, to talk to us about assessment. What tests we'll be giving, that sort of thing. So Lucy will pull it up for you.
Okay. All right. Like Dr. K said, my name is Gina Dildine. This is my 3rd year as the assessment coordinator for the district. And each year is a little different when it comes to assessment, but we're doing well. We're doing well as a district. There we go. Okay, our goal updates was to develop common assessments for content areas, focusing on the ones that were meeting with the curriculum teams for that year. Last year it was ELA and library media specialists. And with the purchase of the new ELA curriculum, we had the creation of new assessments that align with that. And so we worked a lot on that so that our disaggregated reports from Canvas would be accurate. We follow the laws and regulations set forth by DESE. And then again, we are working with Canvas to get those reports so we can then look at the reports and curriculum to make sure that our instruction is the most effective it can be. And continue to implement the STAR reading assessment in compliance with Senate Bill 681, which we did for another year. And so we're moving right along with that. Other updates is that we utilize the instructional testlets, which DESE releases to prepare students for the state testing. And we did that last year with a huge increase from the year prior when the testlets were first created. Last year, we had a lot of interest in those from teachers, which hopefully helped our students to do their personal best. And then the district literacy plan was also created to follow those assessment guidelines with the Missouri Read, Lead, Exceed initiative. The collaborative work, this is our reading schedule that we do with our STAR assessment to make sure all our elementary kids get tested so that we follow the law from DESE. And then, like you saw in the board packet, we had our assessment descriptors that our district gives all the assessments that we give and the guidelines we follow to give those assessments. The goals for next school, or this current school year, I guess, we've already started and are rolling out, is to continue to work on those common assessments, especially focusing on English language arts with their new curriculum that they have purchased, to continue to make sure we have the best assessments so that we can better instruct our kids towards mastery of those standards, and follow the laws and regulations as always. Grades 2 through 12, now that we have those disaggregated reports coming through, Dr. K and Dr. Strunk have worked very hard to get that coordinated. Now we can start looking at those reports to make changes with our instruction and our assessments. So it's a continual work in progress. And then to continue to implement the STAR reading assessment in correlation with the Senate Bill 681. And this all follows CSIP goal number 2, which is to increase and maintain 75% of all students in grades K through 8 reading on or above grade level or have achieved 1 year's worth of reading growth per year. Any questions for me? All right.
I don't think I have any.
Thank you.
Thanks for
All
all
right,
your
thank
hard
you.
work.
All right, next up is the finance update.
Okay. All right, so July, just 1 month in, so it's really hard to tell too much really what's going on. But revenue was up in July because we got the payment for solar money, so that's the local revenue that came up on that. So we're ahead of schedule because we got the one big check, which is great. So appreciate all our work from County Commission to get that project together. The expenses are up because we had to buy new books. Bought a lot of books. Bought a lot of books because Lucy's been really busy ordering books and getting them unpacked. But fund balances will trend lower than last year. We're starting out lower already at 34.5 compared to last year at 37. So that'll be the trend throughout the year, I'm sure. So no chart this month because we just have 1 point of data. We need 2 to make a line. So next month we will have data. So local money's up. That's from the solar money. State is up just slightly. We had some early childhood money that came in different. So the actual state payment is lower, but we had some other cash flows and stuff come through, make it a little bit higher. Federal is up, same sort of thing, just cash flow timing of when payments came in. So that's kind of how that's working. July, salaries are up just a little bit, and then benefits were down, which is a little bit odd, but we'll kind of monitor that, see what's going on there. Then purchase services were down. Now supplies were like the textbooks and things we purchased, so that's up. We purchased a lot of books for ELA, a lot of textbooks and going in our classrooms and libraries.
Good.
Yep. So Fund 4. So this is our fund balance. As you normally it's around $2 million, but we're 1.4 because we paid for some new buses. So that dropped our fund balances down to that. So we've made that payment. The buses are here, which is great. Bond issue, still looking good. So we've got about $9 million to work with cash available. So that's in good shape. And finish up the project here, hopefully the next couple months. And then the contingency still has about 382 in the budget for the building. So we're doing good on that. So that's the finances.
Very good. Any questions on the finance report?
I do have a question.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the textbooks,
Mhm.
are we putting copies of textbooks in every classroom for every student?
Yeah, we'll have books all over the place. Gina, you want to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah.
With the bookworms curriculum that we got for grades K through 5, we have one-to-one books, which is fantastic. That curriculum is based on complete texts for each student.
Okay.
And so each student gets a book in their hand.
Okay.
And so they all have that chance to build that literacy with that. And then with the middle school, we have class sets for each classroom.
Okay.
And that is because it also has a Canvas integration, so the textbook can be fully utilized from the Canvas platform, no matter the setting, wherever the child is. If they're on vacation, if they're in the classroom, if they're in the resource room, they're able to get the full textbook in the Canvas component as well.
Or they can have the textbook. So,
Yes.
so there's just books all over the place.
So what is the thought behind having physical textbooks and the Canvas?
It hit both options for kids. So there's no limited, you can have whatever you want. So give kids kind of options, especially when kids are moving on or moving or different places. It's just accessible on their Chromebook, but they have option for physical books too. So we just want to give all the options.
Are
A
we,
lot of the ELA teachers prefer the physical copy.
Mhm.
That way you can flip back and forth a little easier,
Yeah.
and you can accommodate students who have visual perceptual disorders that need like highlighters or line trackers.
Mhm.
That sometimes is better without the glare and the blue light from the computer. So a lot of them just prefer that. A lot of the work in response to the textbook is going to be done though in the Canvas side of things.
so are we seeing a decrease when it comes to comprehension, when it comes to just reading
Our reading scores are all-time high.
on Canvas, or is it because we're utilizing the textbooks and integrating them
Most of
more?
our reading scores are coming up from the letters training that we've gone through, which is the
Okay.
state. So really the way we've been teaching reading has changed.
Okay.
And so that's why we're seeing an increase of our reading scores and hitting our goals. So I've been very, very pleased. I'm really kind of anxious to see what our math scores ended up looking like, because our reading scores were so much better last year compared to the years past. And so I'll be curious. But for us, it's more about how we're teaching reading. And that's making, I think, a bigger impact. Because we, just like almost every district in the country, was moving toward the Lucy Calkins models, which has kind of gone out of favor in the last few years. And so we've moved off of that
You're
to.
gonna have to tell me what that is,
Okay.
because I don't know.
Sure. Sure.
You guys might.
It was a reading program that everyone used. So when you read about the reading debates of phonics and not phonics, all these things that are out there, Lucy was the one that all the districts were really using, and the districts were getting really good scores. But we've kind of, that pendulum has swung away from that program to, what we're moving to. So this is going to be just a lot of physical textbooks, but with options for online access.
So how does that, I mean, obviously it's really important for ELA, and let me say, I'm a huge supporter of physical textbook. I'm that person who needs a physical textbook to read. But how does that translate when they're in like their science classes or something similar? Because they are reading a lot of information as well.
Sure, we have class sets for anybody that wants a book. The books are like, we're not 100% away from books by any means.
Are we doing full sets, like at grade levels and in classrooms, the same way that we offer ELA?
Well, ELA has a lot more books because they're all going to be individual textbook or text that kids are reading compared to a singular textbook. But there's going to be a lot of books in ELA. I mean, a lot of books.
Especially at the elementary level where they're
Yes.
reading the shorter books,
Yes,
they just,
First and second grade,
Yeah.
read those little
Yeah.
read books.
Yeah.
There's lots of those. But like in the middle
16
school-
pages, 24 pages, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
In the middle school, I think almost every subject is still using at least a paper copy when they're in that classroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I promise.
Very good. Happy to answer. But that's why
Very good questions.
that's why we have expenses on the supply side. We purchase a lot of books, which is good. So we should buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's- I would say it's a good use of funding, for sure.
Yeah,
Books,
if they
paper,
can't read.
pencils.
Well, thank you for the finance report. Any other questions before we move on? Okay. Next section is the consent agenda. So I would entertain a motion for that.
I move the approval of the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as presented. All those, I guess I should ask for further discussion before we vote. But any further discussion or any discussion? Okay, all those in favor of the approval signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. All right, moving on to old business. I believe we discussed a communication plan.
Yep.
And so we will,
Yeah, so
Hold on.
Carolyn had updated this. She changed some formatting, some minor changes in the document about timelines of returning to people. All look good to me, so I'd recommend approval.
Okay, any discussion, questions?
My only bit of discussion is the 48-hour response benchmark. So as much as I know that we want teachers to be responding in that 48 hours, I don't want to put our teachers in a position where they're being held accountable for something that isn't feasible for them.
Sure.
Because are we talking 48 working hours or 48?
I took it as
Daytime
2
hours.
business
It
days.
says 2 business days.
But sometimes that's not feasible for a teacher, right? Like
Sure.
sometimes your day is just busy and you may be
So
loaded.
you send emails at night from home. Welcome to teacher world.
But I don't think I
Right?
want to set that.
Come on.
Sure, and that's on the message that we attached.
Right, that's
I
not what
know,
but that's not what I want to make as the requirement, is that my expectation is for them to be working at night all the time. Like I want them to be able to have some kind of balance
I understand.
to spend time with their family.
I understand.
And so I want to make sure that we're having realistic benchmarks for them that they can hit while also communicating with parents.
Sure.
So does everybody else feel like 48 hours is reasonable?
I'm trying to find it in here.
It's like,
It's on
Page 3.
yeah,
Yeah.
middle, almost at the bottom.
It's in number 5, operational stakeholder
Yep, okay, I
engagement.
found it.
In my mind, that's kind of always the expectation I've been held to. And it's business days. It's not Friday, Saturday. It's not Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You know, it's school days. And
Yeah, I think from my perspective, I think 48 hours is acceptable for a couple different reasons, right? I think more than anything, from a teacher's perspective, I think any concerns I would want to address within 48 hours just so I can
right,
address it and move on.
right.
And obviously from a parent perspective, right, they're going to be at the other end of the spectrum and expect instant response. So to push too much further than 40 hours, I think starts to create distrust potentially. But I mean, I totally understand what you're saying from a,
I think it
it gets to be a
depends.
long day and then they have an evening event that they need to be at or something, right?
Right.
It's,
I also
it
think
can
it
be tough
depends
to
on the
find.
legitimacy of the email, right?
Yeah, but who judges that?
That gets tough, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, every teacher has a plan time. And so you can use that time.
Are the teachers getting to utilize their plan time appropriately?
And that's something we discuss in negotiations fairly often.
Right.
They are pulled for IEP meetings and school business data, things like that. But we do try to, I can't remember exactly what we landed. I think it was like 2 days a week where we try to prevent where teachers had time to use it themselves.
Mhm.
But we can change this to whatever timeline you guys want. It's really your call.
So my question is, are they using their planning time appropriately? Are they
Oh, yeah.
getting to use that time? Are they being pulled in other directions and not actually being given the time that they're allocated?
Yeah, sometimes they are pulled for sure for things.
How
but,
often?
we have a limit on. I have to look it up and tell you. I don't remember exactly. We try to limit what we pull them for as much as we can, but they do have to sit in IEP meetings. That's the law, and we do need them to meet with their teams to talk about curriculum and planning and things like that. So, just free time to do nothing, not nothing to do, whatever they want. We try to limit that. I believe we in our agreement we said 2 days a week, but I have to look that up and verify that for sure.
Okay.
And there's some contract time before the kids come into the classrooms and after they leave the classrooms. Teachers can't walk out the door,
Right.
or shouldn't be walking out the door with the kids because they're still in contract for some amount of time. So you just grab time when you can and do it. Part of the job.
Greg, do you know, is that 48-hour response, is that in addition to our former policy do you know what the, Is that
No,
the
what we
same
had
as-
before was a timely manner is what we put in there. As we were replying in a timely manner is the language you had before. And now it's, when Carolyn did it, she put a specific hour of time on it.
I like the 48 hours.
Mhm.
I just think that we need to set a rule to make sure they get back in a timely manner.
Mhm.
And some kids may forget within 24 hours what happened. So
Yeah,
it's probably best to get it as soon as you can. I say we try it. If he starts hearing teachers can't make it, then we revise it.
Yeah, I mean, I do know the overall logic behind the updated communication plan was, feedback around gaps in communication, I think, in general.
Mhm.
And I do think the policy in general, as I've read through it, does address a lot of those gaps. I think the 48 hours does help probably address some of the gaps that we got feedback on around, the timeliness of response, whatever it may be, whether it was teachers or others, in all honesty. So, but that's my consensus. But the four of us here can decide what if we want to move forward with this policy or.
Yeah, since there are just where it takes a majority of the present, so this isn't a policy or
Okay.
personnel or contract.
So is there anyone that would want to make a motion specific to?
I move we approve the communications plan as presented.
I'll second.
Thank you, Frankie. Thank you, Deanna. I lost my place on my agenda, so I'm gonna get back there real quick. But we have a motion and a second to approve the communication plan policy as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Opposed?
Nay?
Nay. Okay, so we have a motion passed. Make it official. Sorry, I'm trying to find my spot back here.
New business.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. New business, the assessment plan.
Yep, this is the assessment plan that Ms. Dildine kind of walked us through there a little bit.
Any questions or comments on the assessment plan? Otherwise, we can entertain a motion. And we can discuss after a motion is made as well.
I'll make a motion to approve the assessment plan as presented.
Thank you, Stephanie.
I'll second.
Thank you, Frankie. We have a motion and a second to approve the assessment plan as presented. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. All right, automatic controls.
Yes, so this is a contract, new company for us, and they we feel like it's going to be a little better deal than what we have with our other companies. So one of the big changes here is they're going to allow us to work on the equipment ourselves. We have some HVAC certified guys that can just go up and get it taken care of right away. Where one of our biggest drops right now is we have to call somebody to come out. It takes time, and we think we can fix things a little faster and do it a little cheaper. So we're recommending we try this with the new school, and everything seems very in line and positive. So I'd recommend go with it.
So this is just for the new building?
Just a new building. We're not making a whole switch in the other buildings. What we're
Right.
used to working just
And it's 3 years, right?
3 years.
Is this 12,517, is that for each year?
It
I know
increases
this is for the
slight-
first.
Yeah,
but-
it increases slightly after that. There's a
Okay.
little bit of an escalator.
Okay, is that here in the contract?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see it. Okay. It's not bad.
No, it's,
I'll make a motion to approve the contract as presented.
Thank you, Stephanie.
I'll second.
Thank you, Deanna. We have a motion and a second to approve the contract as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Same sign. Motion passes. The fiscal year 26-27 tuition rate.
Yeah, so the board has the flexibility to set the tuition rate really whatever you want, but this was the calculated number when you put in all the numbers and the DESI form was $14,942.50, but the board can adjust that however they'd like. We have 0 students on tuition, but we have to have a tuition rate.
Is this higher than last year? I don't remember.
Oh, I can't recall either.
Okay.
I should have looked that up. I did not.
No, that's okay.
Have we had any on tuition for
I can never-
several years?
I don't know that I've ever had a tuition payment.
I don't know then.
I think I had one serious inquiry in like 2013. It's been
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's,
So, not that it's a non-issue, but it's not been a big issue.
Right. But you-
Nothing is a non-issue.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. This is the annual tuition.
I'll make a motion to approve the tuition rate for 26-27 school year at $14,942.50.
I'll second.
Thank you, ladies. We have a motion and a second to approve the tuition rate for the 26-27 school year at $14,942.50. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 I,
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. All right, we've got one more item of new business, which is the roof proposals.
Yep, this will be, come out of Fund 4, that we have budgeted for the year. It's to be in the budget of that, but we do need to do some roofing work. Encore is our low bid, on that at $6.10 a square foot. So a total of $325. This would be at the high school, middle school, and at this building as well. One of the reasons for this building, we kind of really try to push off anything happening in central office, but with technology moving over here, we just don't want to have any leaks on our server.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Okay, any questions on the roof proposals?
And this comes out of capital funds?
Yeah, this would be Fund 4, correct.
And then what's the balance in that fund? I know you just
So
told
it was
us.
1.4 now, but that's going to build back up as the year goes on. So we have to take a big chunk of paper buses.
Okay.
But,
I will make a motion to approve the Encore Roofing for roof repair for a total of $325,430.
I'll second.
All right, thank you. We have a motion and a second to approve Encore Roofing for roof repair contract for a total of $325,430. All those in favor, please say aye.
I,
Opposed? Motion passes. All right, that is all for new business. So we'll move on to the policy first reads, which is really just the first recommendation of a policy. We're not voting on it. It's really just putting it out there as
Yeah, this is just kind of a kickoff to, so hopefully the September board meeting, we can approve boundaries. Will be kind of the conversation. And one of the big questions we're going to have around that is how do we grandfather kids in that already go there? And that's going to be something that we'll need to have some sort of direction on at the same time we approve the boundaries. So I'm hoping is at the work session, we can all kind of talk through this, unpack this pretty in depth, and decide what we want to do at that point. But this is my kickoff of this conversation.
okay. Well, we appreciate you putting effort into that, and obviously we can study that here over the next, I guess, month, because we've got a work session coming up as well.
The work session, and if there's any changes or adjustments or
through that.
things, we can talk through it there and then bring it back for the adjusted policy in September.
And just so Frankie and Deanna are aware, I did ask some questions to Dr. K, and essentially my questions were about federal funding, because I know that with local funding, because I know with federal funding, it stays with the kid. And he clarified with me that with local, it doesn't. I'm sure you two were already aware of that, but I just wanted you to both be aware of.
Yeah. It's
The
important.
conversation that we
Also, on
had.
the federal
Good
side,
questions.
that money's in the middle school now, so it wouldn't even really have much of an impact
yeah.
on any of our elementaries at all.
And you're talking about the title funding,
Title.
Title I funding.
Mhm.
Good stuff.
Yep. No, it's good to have at least a starting point to kind of understand how we maneuver through those discussions, because you're right, it's a big part of the boundary discussion that is upcoming here for
Correct.
for the next school year. Obviously, 26, 27 were as is, but 27, 28, we got to make some changes. All right, moving on to the miscellaneous section. It's a small group, but hopefully there's a celebration or two that we can call out.
There is one of the overpass is gonna be done.
I was gonna say it if somebody else wasn't.
Yes.
We're almost there, guys. And before school starts.
Yes,
It's a big deal.
it's a very big deal.
Are you guys going?
I cannot. I
To
have
the ribbon
something else
joining?
I have to do.
Oh,
I'll be there. Yeah, it'll be
I'm
fun.
excited.
New teacher week was this week. Really great group, exciting group, high energy. New teachers are always fun to work with because they have so much energy and ready to go.
Yeah,
It rejuvenates everyone around them. So good
Nice.
kick off with them.
I was gonna
That's
say
awesome.
that Stephanie and I were both at the luncheon today for the new teachers, and I felt like everything was really positive and upbeat, and the administrators are excited about their new staff members, it seemed like, and everybody was happy to be there, and it was good of you to do that, and I mean,
Yeah, we've
put
been
that
doing it the last
together
couple of
and
years. It's been fun.
grill the
Fun for everybody.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah. it was
Food
great.
service is great. They take care of us.
Yeah.
Great.
It's great.
People appreciated it.
So.
Any other celebrations? I don't have any this month. I probably do, but I can't remember them right now.
You gotta start writing them down.
I'm
prepared.
That's probably a good idea. I need to do that too. All right, workshop topics for our August 27th workshop. Right now we've got a tax rate hearing, which is a requirement, boundary discussion, and a closed session topic for negotiations.
That start at 5.
Yeah, we'll start at 5. So the tax rate hearing will start at 5. And then we'll can go into the workshop
Okay.
stuff, get into the boundary discussions at that point. And then we should have pretty good enrollment numbers. So enrollment this week is still going to go up a little bit with kindergarten, and when people aren't there in the first day, we're like, where are they? And they've moved. And so there's a little bit of that happening. So by Thursday on the 27th, we should have a fairly tight idea of kind of our boundary, where kids are, to be able to talk about that.
Be nice to get together the first week of school as well, just to
Yeah.
see how the first 2 days went.
Sure.
All right. Next item is to set the next regular board meeting, not the work session, but the next regular meeting. If somebody wants to make a
I
motion for that.
move we set the next regular board meeting to be held on September 10th, 2026.
Anyone want a second?
I'll second.
All right. We have a motion and a second to set the next regular meeting for the Board of Education for September 10th, 2026. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. And now we will set closed session.
I'll make the motion to have the closed Board of Education immediately precede the September 10th regular meeting.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second for the closed Board of Education meeting to immediately precede the September 10th regular meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
Do we have to sit here the rest of the night since Rich isn't here to make
No,
the-
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Or are we gonna fight over
Oh, yeah,
it?
serious question about what was next. We have a motion and a
Sorry.
second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
We're so used to just all looking at him. Like,
Yeah.
just, you know.
Somebody told me I don't even have to ask for anybody opposed to adjourn. You can just say